আসসালামু আলাইকুম। রিডিং চ্যালেঞ্জের ১৩তম দিনে আপনাকে স্বাগতম। যারা এই ভিডিওটি নতুন দেখছেন তাদের উদ্দেশ্যে বলছি, আমি ৪০ দিনের রিডিং চ্যালেঞ্জ নিয়েছি রিডিং হ্যাবিট তৈরি করার জন্য, নিজের রিডিং স্কিল বাড়ানোর জন্য, কারণ আমি আইএলটিএস ভালো করতে চাই। তো আপনারাও যদি আমার মতো হয়ে থাকেন তাহলে এই রিডিং চ্যালেঞ্জ নিতে পারেন আইএলটিএস একটি ভালো রেজাল্টের জন্য। ওকে, দেন নিয়মটি বলে দিই। আমি ফার্স্ট স্টপ ওয়াচ চালু করি। স্টপ ওয়াচ চালু করে একটি রিডিং পুরোপুরি বুঝে শুনে ওয়ার্ড বাই ওয়ার্ড সুন্দরভাবে মিনিং করে পড়ার চেষ্টা করি। দেন দেখি যে কত টাইম লাগলো। তারপরে আবার নতুন করে আমি ফার্স্ট রিডিং করি স্টপওয়াচ দিয়ে, দেখি যে কতক্ষণ সময় লাগলো। এই হচ্ছে ব্যাপার। আমি এই ভিডিওর ডিসক্রিপশনে প্রতিদিনের লিঙ্কের আর্টিকেলের যে লিঙ্ক, সেই লিঙ্কটি দিয়ে দিব। আপনারা চাইলে এই রিডিংটি এই এই আর্টিকেলটি পড়তে পারেন, এবং যদি পড়ে থাকেন তাহলে প্লিজ আমাকে কমেন্ট বক্সে অবশ্যই জানাবেন যে আপনার পড়তে কতক্ষণ সময় লাগলো। আর অ্যাজ ইউজুয়াল আপনি ভিডিও শেষে দেখে নিতে পারবেন যে আমার আমার কতক্ষণ সময় লাগলো। তো ঠিক আছে, কথা না বাড়িয়ে শুরু করে দিই। আর হ্যাঁ, এর মাঝে যদি কোনো ইম্পর্টেন্ট ওয়ার্ড পাই তাহলে সেটা আমি অবশ্যই লিখে রাখতে ভুলি না, কারণ ওইটা আমার স্পিকিং বা রাইটিংয়ে কাজে লাগবে অ্যাজ ওয়েল অ্যাজ। এখন আমি হিস্ট্রি বেস পড়ছি, বিভিন্ন কালচার, অ্যানসেন্ট সিভিলাইজেশন নিয়ে পড়াশোনা করার চেষ্টা করছি। তো ঠিক আছে, অনেক ঠকেই শিখেছি যে রিডিং ভালো করতে হলে নিজের রিডিং হ্যাবিট বাড়াতে হবে, নিজের রিডিং আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং পাওয়ার বাড়াতে হবে। এর কোনো বিকল্প কোনো কিছু নাই। ট্রিক্স অ্যান্ড টিপস আপনাকে হেল্প করবে, বাট এটা আপনার ব্যান্ড স্কোর বাড়াবে না, ইটস শিওর। তো ঠিক আছে, তাহলে শুরু করি। ওকে, আজকের আর্টিকেল। ওয়েলকাম টু টুডেস আর্টিকেল। Today's article headline is the enduring allure of lost cities. The enduring means, what is the meaning of enduring? Stay. Okay, enduring. What's the correct pronunciation?
Enduring.
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 Enduring. Oh, stopwatch চালু করি নাই। I forget the stopwatch. Okay, and then okay. Okay, the enduring allure means allure মানে মোহন, বিভেদ করা, ফুসকানো।
Allure.
Allure of lost cities. What is the meaning of total sentence, the headline?
হারিয়ে যাওয়া শহরগুলির স্থায়ী মোহন।
Okay, হারিয়ে যাওয়া শহরগুলি। The enduring allure of lost cities. The enduring allure of lost cities. This article published by Jen Rose Smith, 6 April 2021, tells of mysterious is it's an important word to maybe it's suitable for our writing.
Mysterious.
Mysterious রহস্যময়, mysterious রহস্যময়. Okay, if we make some sentences in this word mysterious, I would like to say that, okay, in last year I visit a couple of towns, in yes, like a ghost town, and there one place is so feels that that is the mysterious place I ever never see before. That place name is dot dot dot. Okay, that's the one sentence, and another sentence is, I met people in the morning, and he looks like mysterious. I feel like that he is not such a general person. He is such a different type of person. I I met. Okay, that's the another sentence. And if I if I try to say the more example, then I would like to say that রহস্যময়, mysterious. Okay, sometimes I act mysterious behavior in dangerous situation, so that I can overcome that difficulty. Then what else? Okay, if you have another different type of example in this word mysterious, please write in the comment box. Okay, mysterious, it's helped me a lot, because when I will see your comment, that time I read also your comment. So I definitely work out more in this word. So that's why please comment me and make a sentence. রহস্যময়, mysterious, mysterious,
mysterious,
mysterious, mysterious,
mysterious,
mysterious,
mysterious,
mysterious. Tales of mysterious ruins. Ruins means ধ্বংসাবশেষ.
ruins, ruins,
Ruins,
ruins,
ruins. Tale of mysterious ruins have long enchanted, মন্ত্রমুগ্ধ,
enchanted,
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 delighted, enchanted. Okay, delighted. It's another synonym word is delighted. We know that delighted means a beautiful scenario or something monomugdhakar. Okay, enchanted. I visited Cox's Bazar and believe me, that was enchanted places. Okay, and besides that, Saint Martin is also one another enchanted places of our country. Most of the tourists come to visit the landscape every year. We are proud, we feel proud that we have Cox's Bazar and Saint Martin. Okay, enchanted, monomugdhakar, enchanted. In my city where I live, there have a lot of enchanted places where I go every weekend. Enchanted places, and if I say another example with enchanted places, then I will say that enchanted. Okay, in our Kustia city is enchanted town in the whole over the nation, because we have a lot of enchanted scenario, beautiful people, or the friendly people live in my city. So that's why I proudly say that we have so many enchanted places where you can visit, and you will feel better, I assume. Enchanted, monomugdhakar. Okay. Enchanted travelers means মন্ত্রমুগ্ধ ভ্রমণকারীরা. Tales of mysterious ruins have long enchanted travelers from afar. Afar.
avar, avar, avar,
কি বলে?
avar,
Avar.
avar, avar, avar,
Avars.
avar,
Avars.
avar,
Avars. Avars.
avar,
Avars. Tale of mysterious ruins have long enchanted travelers from afar. Okay, what the meaning of this sentence? রহস্যময় ধ্বংসাবশেষের গল্প দূর থেকে ভ্রমণকারীদের মনোমুগ্ধ করেছে.
রহস্যময় ধ্বংসাবশেষের গল্প দীর্ঘ দূর থেকে ভ্রমণকারীদের মন্ত্রমুগ্ধ করেছে।
Okay, tale of mysterious ruins have long enchanted travelers from afar. But those stories may hide something even more fascinating. Fascinating is one of more advantageous word in English, and
Fascinating,
fascinating means চটুল, চিত্তাকর্ষণ, আকর্ষণীয়, আকর্ষক, চিত্তহারী, চটকদার, মুগ্ধ করে এমন, আকর্ষপূর্ণ. Fascinating, fascinating,
fascinating,
fascinating,
fascinate,
fascinating, diverse mean প্রতিকূল.
adverse,
Oh, sorry,
adverse, adverse,
অনুকূল, বিপরীত, adverse. Fascinating and adverse. Okay, but those stories means tales of mysterious ruins. এই ধ্বংসাবশেষের কথা বলা হচ্ছে, হিস্ট্রির কথা বলা হচ্ছে. But those stories may hide something even more fascinating and adverse. But those stories, সেই স্টোরিগুলা, those stories hide something, they are hiding something even more fascinating and adverse. Okay, tale of mysterious ruins of long enchanted travelers from afar, but those stories may have something even more fascinating and adverse, even more fascinating and adverse. So, what is the total meaning of the headline?
রহস্যময় ধ্বংসাবশেষের গল্পগুলি দূর থেকে ভ্রমণকারীদের মন্ত্রমুগ্ধ করেছে, তবে সেই গল্পগুলি আরও আকর্ষণীয় কিছু লুকিয়ে রাখতে পারে এবং প্রতিকূল।
Okay, so there have a lot of interesting history and ruins history enchanted from afar, but something those stories are hiding. Okay, what's they're trying to hiding? We if we read the article, we can understand maybe. And here we find out two words, in two important words, prominent words. The words is the one of from them: mysterious means রহস্যময়, mysterious, enchanted travelers, enchanted, this is the collocation maybe, enchanted travelers, and fascinating and adverse mean বিপরীত. Four words we have collected in the hairline, we can find out in the hairline. So please write down this word. I know this word before, so that's why I don't wanna write this word, write those four words. If you don't know before, so please write down this word. Okay. After late afternoon sun late afternoon sun sun caused long shadows across hundreds of stone faces carved into one temple. আচ্ছা, late afternoon means শেষ বিকালে.
Late afternoon.
Late
Late
afternoon,
afternoon.
late afternoon, in a weekend, late afternoon we go, we generally go the beautiful places in my city with my family, sometimes with my friends, and we have a we really we have a lot of fun. There's a sentence, the late afternoon. Okay.
Late afternoon.
Late
Late
afternoon,
afternoon.
late afternoon,
Late afternoon.
late afternoon. Okay, as usual in the generally in the late afternoon, every day I used to take a cup of tea with my beautiful person, I mean with my loveliest person. Late afternoon, late afternoon.
Late afternoon.
Okay, make down your sentence. Okay, make your sentence and write in the comment box. Late afternoon. Or what do you wanna like? What do you wanna do? What do you wanna like to do in late afternoon every day or in your weekend? Tell me. Late afternoon.
Late afternoon.
Late afternoon. শেষ বিকালে. Late afternoon. Sun cast long shadow across hundreds of stone faces, across hundreds. মাঝে মাঝে এই স্পেলিংটা আমার ভুল যায়, hundreds, HUNDREDS, আমি লিখি HUNDREDS. No, this is the correct, HUNDREDS, hundreds. There is no A. Hundreds, HUNDREDS, hundreds of stone faces carved, খোদাই করা, faces carved into, মধ্যে খোদাই করা. Okay. Late afternoon sun cast long shadow across hundreds of stone faces carved into Bayan Temple. Bayan Temple.
Bayan Temple.
Bayan.
Bayan Temple.
Bayan Temple. Okay, this is the famous temple, and there in late afternoon sun casts long shadow across hundreds of stone faces carved into mean খোদাই করা এখানে অনেক কিছু খোদাই করা রয়েছে as I scramble deeper into the 12th century shrine at least the heart of Cambodia is sprawling anchor site. Okay, in Bayon Temple situated in Cambodia. Okay, I'm trying to explain. Okay, it's the Bayon Temple, and Bayon Temple is situated in Cambodia. Is falling in the site of an anchor, and there have in late afternoon so many shadows across hundreds of stone faces carved into Bayon Temple. Carved মানে খোদাই করে রাখা হয়েছে Bayon Temple in the site. Deeper Pentable as I scramble. Scramble means I don't know, but okay, I scramble deeper into 12th century.
আমি দ্বাদশ শতাব্দীর গভীরে ঢুকে পড়েছি।
Okay, temple as I scramble deeper into the 12th century shrine at the heart. Shrine মন্দির
shrine
আমি shrine বলছিলাম this is the pronunciation benefits shrine 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 shrine
shrine
shrine
shrine
shrine
shrine
shrine shrine shrine
shrine
shrine
shrine
shrine means mondir. Shrine means mondir. Okay, we have collected 6 words since the beginning of this article. How many words? 6 words. The last word is shrine. Shrine means mondir.
shrine
Shrine. Okay, I write down this word so that I can scramble in later time. I didn't open my note khata, so please give me some moment. Where is my khata? I got it. Okay. Shrine means mondir. SHRINE shrine মানে মন্দির shrine মানে মন্দির shrine okay shrine the 12th century shrine at the heart of Cambodia is sprawling means টানাটানি করা হামাগুড়ি দেওয়া is crawling anchor site. The trippy portraits এটা মানে কি
trippy portraits
peculiarity is what is the pronunciation
swelled
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 swelled swelled
swelled
swelled মানে
Swelled.
ফাঁপা swelled
swelled
swell from towers and walls each the trippy portraits swelled from tower and walls
ট্রিপি পোর্ট্রেট টাওয়ার এবং দেয়াল থেকে ফুলে উঠেছে।
each one with plump lips plump lips মোটা ঠোঁট each one with plump lips curved into an
unnerving smile
unnerving smile
unnerving smile
অস্বস্তিকর হাসি
unnerving smile
unnerving,
unnerving smile,
unnerving smile,
unnerving smile,
unnerving smile, unnerving smile,
unnerving smile,
unnerving smile. Okay, each one with plump lips, motor throat, curve into means খোদাই করা, এর আগে আমরা পড়লাম এটা একবার, curve into an unnerving smile. Okay, so if I explain this passage, I would like to say that the temple, the Bayan temple, this is the Bayan temple, is one of the great tourist places in Cambodia, is floating anchor site, and that have a long history, hundred of history. In basically in the afternoon, the stone faces carved into deeper into 12th century, showing at heart of Cambodia, and so many portraits and towers and walls, each one with plump lips carved into an unwarning smile, অস্বস্তিকর হাসিতে কিছু পিকচার, হান্ড্রেড অফ টোন ফেসেস খোদাই করা রয়েছে। কোথায় খোদাই করা রয়েছে? বায়ন টেম্পলে খোদাই করা রয়েছে। আমরা যদি ডিপে যাই তাহলে বলতে পারি যে অনেক গুলো ফেস, অস্বস্তিকর হাসিযুক্ত মোটা ঠোঁটওয়ালা কিছু ফেস এই বায়ন টেম্পলে কি করা হয়েছে? খোদাই করা হয়েছে, যেটা আমরা কখন দেখতে পাই? লেট আফটারনুন, যখন সানটা কি করে? শ্যাডো দেয়। ওকে, it was my first day at Angkor. Angkor, ঠিক আছে। It was my first day at Angkor, and I knew little of the city history then, but wandering through temple after temple, wandering means ঘুরে বেড়ানো, travel, aimlessly travel.
কিন্তু মন্দিরের পর মন্দিরে ঘুরে বেড়ান।
But wandering through temple after temple, I slipped easily into imaginative desire, কল্পনা স্রোত,
imaginative reverie,
imaginative
imaginative
reverie, কল্পনা স্রোত reverie,
imaginative reverie,
imaginative
imaginative reverie,
imaginative reverie,
imaginative reverie,
imaginative reverie,
imaginative reverie,
reverie. Okay, and I slipped easily into imaginative reverie. In my mind, I slew of worshippers carried brought offerings. Offering means নৈবেদ্য। Through of worshipper means যারা পূজা করে, উপাসক carried bright offerings. Castles rang out means rang out as artisans created the executes masterpieces around me, while Grand Louis King paraded through wide avenue lined and statuary murti statuary. Actually, I feel so difficult to read out, so to read this article, because I am not perfect to read like in the sector of article. I mean the history, civilization. There have a lot of difficult, arduous words. I don't know. Even I didn't face before, so that's why I cannot speak that properly and pronounce it correctly. So that's why I try to more pronounce correctly, and that's why I took help on I'm taking help on Google. I didn't understand the passage properly. If you have understand the passage, please comment me and make me understand. Okay. For the very reason that somewhere no longer exists, যে কারণে কোথাও আর নেই। Okay, it can be transformed into ideal city, the city of one's dream, wrote about Tocqueville in her 2014 books. এটা বুকের নাম The Lost City is those poetry, dream world and sitting for our passion and mandarins বিভ্রান্তি
Meanderings.
meanderings
Meanderings.
passion and meanderings mean বিভ্রান্তি indeed প্রকৃতপক্ষে indeed lost and abandoned place have a powerful pull on the imagination. Powerful pull on the imagination means কল্পনার উপর শক্তিশালী টান। Indeed প্রকৃতপক্ষে lost and abandoned places মানে হারিয়ে যাওয়া এবং পরিত্যক্ত স্থান। Abandoned places mean কি? পরিত্যক্ত স্থান।
Abandoned places.
Abandoned
places.
abandoned
places.
abandoned places
Abandoned places.
abandoned places have a powerful pull on the imagination. They are catnip for ever travelers. They are catnip means
উৎসাহী ভ্রমণকারীদের জন্য ক্যাটনিপ।
catnip key. What's the meaning of catnip বিশেষ্য পুদিনা বিশেষ I don't know. Okay, they are catnip for avid travelers, inspiring a sense of adventure that's fueled ground expeditions and tall tales. What is the meaning? Inspiring অনুপ্রেরণামূলক
Inspiring.
inspiring না inspiring
Inspiring.
inspiring
Inspiring.
inspiring their catting for a traveler, inspiring a sense of adventure. Okay, তাদেরকে sense of adventure হিসেবে inspire করা হয়। That's filled, and that's filled means জ্বালানি।
Fuel.
That's fuel ground expeditions and tall tales. Expedition অভিযান এবং লম্বা গল্প।
Expeditions and tall tales.
Tool
সাহসিকতার অনুভূতিকে অনুপ্রাণিত করে যা বিশাল অভিযান এবং লম্বা গল্পগুলিকে উৎসাহিত করে।
Okay, we see our lives reflected in the stones. Imagine our intimate dramas against their romantic. Imagine intimate dramas means অন্তরঙ্গ নাটক।
Intimate dramas.
Intimate dramas.
Intimate dramas.
Intimate dramas. We see our life reflection in the stones. Imagine our intimate dramas against their romantic, crumbling চূর্ণ বিচীর্ণ backdrop গুলো। Okay, crumbling backdrops. And if a pool of disaster, what the correct pronunciation? Disaster. And if a pall of disaster hangs over many lost cities, even that is softened by passing time, সময় পার হওয়ার কারণে। Okay, এটার মানে কি?
এবং যদি অনেক হারানো শহরের উপর বিপর্যয়ের একটি প্যাল ঝুলে থাকে, এমনকি সময়ের সাথে সাথে তা নরম হয়ে যায়। এবং যদি অনেক হারানো শহরের উপর বিপর্যয়ের একটি প্যাল ঝুলে থাকে, এমনকি সময়ের সাথে সাথে তা নরম হয়ে যায়।
For probably কই গেল For probably thousands of years, people have been telling adventure stories about dramatic lands beyond our borders, stories about ancient civilizations, said Annalie Newts, and author of Four Lost Cities: A Secret History of the Urban Age. This book hopes contain and millennia. Contain and millennia. Millennia means সহস্র শব্দ
Millennia.
millennia millennia offering four ancient cities as object lessons in urban life. Cambodia's anchor, the Native American com- cosmopolis of Korima, Roman Pompeii, and Neolithic Catalonia in modern day Turkey. For probably thousands of years, people have been telling adventure stories about dramatic lands beyond our borders. What is the meaning?
সম্ভবত হাজার হাজার বছর ধরে লোকেরা আমাদের সীমানার বাইরে নাটকীয় জমি সম্পর্কে দুঃসাহসিক গল্প বলে আসছে।
Okay. Well, years about lost cities make compelling travel tales. Compelling আকর্ষণীয় ভ্রমণ কাহিনী.
Compelling travel tales.
Compelling means
Compelling.
বাধ্যতামূলক. While yarns about lost cities make compelling travel tales, Newts argues that those narratives too often obscure the real stories behind humanity's most magnificent places. Obscure means অস্পষ্ট. Obscure
Obscure.
obscure and magnificent means মহৎ.
Magnificent.
চমৎকার. Magnificent মহৎ চমৎকার. Okay, I write down this word magnificent. মহৎ চমৎকার. While yarns about lost cities make compelling travel tales, Nuis argue that যখন বানাই বা বিভিন্ন রকমের গল্প বলতে থাকে বাধ্যতামূলক করে, then argues that those narratives too often obscure the real history behind humanity's most magnificent places. Wow, so many cultures, so many stories, and they are available. A lot of people carved into the people's picture. Someone is going and someone is sitting on the wall. Some people are um, trying to walk. They're trying to work. Okay. They're hunting animal here. Okay, that's happened at Ankara, where ID spent sunny afternoons amid the ruins. Amid the ruins. Amid mean মধ্যে. সংশোধনের মধ্যে বিকাল. Okay, that happened at Ankara. এটা কোথায় ঘটে? It was happened in Ankara, where ID spent sunny afternoon amid the ruins. News explained that the city was actually inhabited বসতি, inhabited, actually inhabited, অধিষ্ঠিত, inhabited when French explorer Henry Mohot arrived there in 1860. Okay, that happened in Anchor where it is spent sunny afternoon amid the ruins. Amid the ruins means ধ্বংসাবশেষ, yes, amid the ruins. Um, Newts explained that the city was actually inhabited. The city was actually inhabited when French explorer came in the year 1860. Indeed, প্রকৃতপক্ষে had never been fully abandoned. Had never been সম্পূর্ণরূপে পরিত্যাগ করা হয়নি. Never been fully abandoned, but the visitors couldn't imagine Cambodian forebears were capable of such grandeur. Grandeur. At first view, one is filled with profound admiration. Profound. গভীর প্রশংসা. Profound admiration.
Profound admiration.
Profound admiration.
Profound admiration. Profound admiration. Profound admiration.
Profound admiration.
Profound admiration.
Profound admiration. Admiration. Profound admiration. At first view, one is filled with profound admiration and cannot but ask what has become of this powerful race, so civilized, so enlightened, so civilized, so enlightened. The authors of this gigantic work, gigantic is another word. Gigantic means special, ample, the
Gigantic.
bigger, gigantic. Gigantic, gigantic, gigantic.
Gigantic.
Gigantic, 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 gigantic,
Gigantic.
gigantic,
Gigantic.
gigantic. Okay, at first view, one filled with profound admiration and cannot but ask what has become of this powerful race, so civilized, so enlightened, so author of this gigantic work. Who are the person and who are the profound admiration? Mohot wrote the sprawling jungle site. He speculated means অনুমান করা.
Speculated.
I speculated.
Speculated.
I write down this word so I can use this word in my speaking. Speculated. অনুমান করা. Speculated. অনুমান করা. He speculated, he assumed that his idea that Angkor was built by ancient Greeks of Egyptians in France. Nuits explained his visit was held as a discovery. Lost city stories become so popular in the modern era, starting in the 19th century of the 18th century, because they were really good areas of disguising colonialism. Disguising colonialism. ছদ্মবেশী উপনিবেশবাদ. Because they were really good areas of discussing colonialism. Okay, I have a call, so I have to pick up the call. Please hold some time. ওকে, আমি খুবই দুঃখিত যে আমার একটু কাজ পড়ে গিয়েছিল ইমার্জেন্সি, যার কারণে আমি পুরোপুরি কমপ্লিট করতে পারি না এই রিডিংটা। তো আমি পুশ করে রেখেছিলাম, এখন আর কি আবার শুরু করলাম যেখান থেকে শেষ করেছিলাম বা যেখান থেকে বাদ দিয়েছিলাম সেখান থেকে এখন পড়বো। ওকে, at first view one is filled with profound admiration and cannot but ask what has become of this powerful bridge. Okay, at first view means প্রথম দর্শনে one is filled with profound admiration, one is filled with একজন গভীর প্রশংসা ভরা, okay, filled with, and cannot but ask what has become of his powerful race. Race mean জাতি,
race,
race, race means জাতি, race. So civilized, so enlightened, and authors of this gigantic work. Okay, uh, I have talked about gigantic because it's important word to use in writing. Gigantic means বিশাল. By gigantic work, Mohod rode the sprawling jungle side. He speculated that Angkor was built by ancient Greek or Egyptians in France. Noyes explains his visit has held as a discovery. Okay, lost city stories become so popular in the modern era, starting in 19th century of the 18th century. um, it allows you to justify all kinds of colonial incursions. Incursions means অনুপ্রবেশ, incursions, to say this is not a civilization that doing well on its own, and the evidence we see from this is that they've fallen away from some great mysterious lost past. Finding lost cities and civilizations was an obsession for some European explorers. Obsession means ঘোর, obsession, ঘোর. Finding lost cities, lost city খুঁজে পাওয়া, and civilization was an obsession for some European explorers and coloniers. Their frenzy was fueled. Frenzy means মন্তব্য, frenzy,
frenzy, frenzy,
frenzy,
frenzy,
frenzy,
frenzy,
frenzy. Their frenzy was fueled.
fueled,
Their frenzy was fueled in part by a quest for history most famous lost city. Their frenzy was fueled in part by a quest of history most famous lost city, the island nation of Atlantic, which first appeared in Plato's writing. His functional attentive thrives before moral decline brought divine punishment. Divine punishment means
divine punishment,
divine
punishment, divine punishment,
divine punishment. The philosopher contemporaries would have recognized the history as an allegory, said ancient historian Greg Wolf, author The Life and Death of Ancient Cities and Natural History. Telling a myth to illustrate some greater truth was widely understood. Wolf said, I don't think that anyone seriously believed, but it was a convenient myth. When Plato's writing above Atlantics was distributed in modern translations, however, it found a more credulous audience.
credulous,
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 credulous, credulous, credulous,
credulous,
credulous,
credulous. This is an important word I can use in my writing and as well as speaking section. So that's why I'm writing this word, uh, credulous. Casualers means বিশ্বাসযোগ্য. New World. People were reading this at exactly the same time as people are finding colonials in the New World, explained assist classics. Ethan Hill in a recent interview with BBC History Extra podcast, Mandarstand misunderstanding Plato's work, many the allegorical, the itinerary, the literally, he also it blew their minds. It blew their minds. Everyone said it has to be an in America. It has to be in America. It has to be in America. When those European settlers encountered native civilization news right, they grappled for connection to the gaplet means
grappled, grappled,
encountered native civilization news rights. They grappled for connection to mysterious past, often conveniently ignoring their real contemporary peoples. That's what happened in Chokha, is an ancient metropolis located near the modern-day US city of the Leos, towering earthen month, their rival the Egyptian pyramids in height, and at Chokha's peak in 158 the city was bigger than Paris. European newcomers would find it hard to take it. Lost city stories become so popular in the modern era. Lost lost city stories become so popular. Become become so popular. Lost city stories become so popular in the modern era. In the modern era, those story are popular, which story lost so long ago. Starting in the 19th century or 18th century, because they were really good ways of disguising colonialism. Mhm. Louis said it allows you to justify all kind of colonial incursions. Incursion means Unuprobes incursions. It allows you to justify all kinds of colonial incursions. It allow Korea. Um,
এটি আপনাকে সমস্ত ধরনের ঔপনিবেশিক অনুপ্রবেশকে ন্যায্যতা দেওয়ার অনুমতি দেয়।
to say this is not a civilization that's doing well on its own, and evidence we see from this is that they've fallen away from some great mysterious lost past. Mysterious means রহস্যময়, mysterious lost past, রহস্যময় হারিয়ে যাওয়া অতীত. They said this is not a civilization that's doing well on its own, and the evidence we see from this is that they've fallen away from some great, mysterious, lost past. Finding lost cities and civilizations was an uh, obsession for some European explorers. Obsession means ঘোর obsession for some European explorers and coloniers. The frenzy was fueled. Frenzy means, what is the meaning of frenzy? উন্মত্ততা, frenzy ক্ষিপ্ততা. By a quest for history most famous lost city, the island nation of Atlantis, which first appeared in Plato's writing, his functional Atlantics thrived before moral decline brought divine punishment. The philosophers contemporaries should have recognized history as an allegory, said ancient historian Grog Wolf. Telling a myth to illustrate some greater truth was widely understood. Telling telling myth to illustrate means ব্যাখ্যা করা. Some greater truth were widely understood. Wolf said, I don't think that anyone seriously believed existed, but it was convenient myth. When Plato writing about Atlantic was distributed in modern translations, however, it found a more credulous audience. বিশ্বাসী দর্শক.
Credulous audience.
Credulous means বিশ্বাসী. Credulous. Credulous.
Credulous.
Credulous.
Credulous.
Credulous.
Credulous.
সহজে
Credulous.
বিশ্বাসী, সহজ বিশ্বাসী, credulous audience. Atlantic was distributed in modern translation. However, it found a more credulous audience. Credulous, it's a nice word. I write down this word. You can, if you want, you also can write this word, okay? Credulous. Credulous. Careless, বিশ্বাসী. সহজে বিশ্বাসী. People were reading this at exactly the same time as people are founding colonies in the New World, explained classical Edith Hall in a recent interview with BBC History. Mm, misunderstanding. What's the correct pronunciation?
Misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding. Plato's work. Many read the allegorical tell literally. All said it blew their minds. Everyone said it has to be in America. When those European settlers encountered native civilization, news right, they grappled for connections to mysterious past. They grappled means আঁকড়ে ধরা, okay?
Grappled.
Grappled. Okay. They grappled for connection to mysterious past, often conveniently ignoring very real contemporary people. Conveniently ignoring very real contemporary people. Contemporary people means সমসাময়িক মানুষ, okay? They grapple for connection to the mysterious past, often conveniently ignoring very real contemporary peoples. That's what happens in Chokia, an ancient met, metropolis located near the modern-day US city Estilos, towering, um, towering earthen mounds, their rival Egyptian pyramid in height, and at Choka's peak in 1050 at AD, the city was bigger than Paris. European newcomers would find it hard to take in. Okay, understood. Travelers and adventurers would tell themselves all kind of crazy stories, like it must have been ancient Egyptians who come here to build this new site. It was a myth that served to justify stealing native land. Is stealing what stealing means churi, STLNG. Okay, is stealing native land widely described as empty, they explained. Meanwhile, as in Anchor, the descendants of the descendants বংশধর
Descendants.
the descendants of Chokia builders were dismissed incapable of such project. Tales of lost cities can hide at the throat too. Nudes rights such as the ways ancient people reinvented themselves when they left a place behind disaster and collapse are often presented as the end of the story. But in Pompeii and Catalog, news find the glimmer of new beginning amid social uphill. Okay, glimmer. Glimmer means chalk. Glimmer. Glimmer. Glimmer of new beginnings amid social uphill. Up. Social uphill means সামাজিক উত্থান.
Social upheaval.
Upheaval.
Social upheaval.
Social upheaval. After superheated volcanic gas turned Pompeii into gravel in 79 traumatized traumatized মানসিক আহত
Traumatized.
Trau-
Traumatized.
traumatized
Traumatized.
traumatized Pompeians at once began rebuilding new lives in nearby Nepal and Chumau, citing the work of classicist Stephen Tuck. News related that many refugees known to historians had names that marked them as Liberty Freed Slav, while Roman naming conventions were often conservative, keeping the same names generation after generation. Tuck, um, Tuck observed an interesting pattern among Pompeian refugee families shedding their old shedding means shedding their old liberty names. Some opted to call their children after the new places they have arrived in, such as the busy harbor town or Puteoli. There are some newly arrived families named their sons Petulinus. It's like moving to London from a refugee camp and calling your kid. Um, Tag explained to me by email the relocation gave them this opportunity and they took it. And in the declining cities themselves, news present reliable people, vivid, vivid means প্রাণবন্ত, vivid with agency, not innocent, held at the whim of history. That's what they see in the remains of Ptolemaic settlement that flourished 900 years ago on the Kia plain in central Turkey. Homes there are passed together like cells in the honeycomb. They wrote in their book with path varying over rooftop and interiors dropped through ceilings, dropped through ceilings. Okay, warm evening would find residents gathered on their roof. Gathered on their roof কই গেল? But for allocated format in city life, it's trade off over time. It's just got harder to stay in. The climate become less favorable and social tensions grew. While many stories about lost trees, Simfaji means অস্পষ্ট Simfaji and mythical nudist pictures the abandonment of places like as the result of well-reasoned process. Over time, the people of Simpleton to return to more rural place, a process familiar to any city dweller. City dweller means শহর অধিষ্ঠাতা. And city dwellers today who has wistfully scrolled through real estate listening, conjuring country life. We are going to go look for a better place and try it again. The new experiment. Try to build differently. Try to live differently. New said, evoking conversation means evoking conversation that may have taken place around Neolithic herds. Families departed one by one until finally was empty. But when inhabitants left, each took what mattered most to them: art, ideas, and material culture radiated across the Kenya plain as families made new lives away from the dense settlement. Dense settlement. ঘনবসতি.
Dense settlement.
Settlement. While Chokia and many other cities may be abundant in an important sense, they are not lost to us at all. We still have all this culture, memories of where we have been. New Suede is continuity all the way down. It's continuity all the way down. Okay, that's all about today's article, the ending allure of lost cities কিভাবে enduring হচ্ছে। ঠিক আছে, এই আমাদের আজকে 13তম দিন ছিল, 13তম দিনের এটা আর্টিকেল ছিল। পড়লাম, যদিও এই আর্টিকেলটা পড়তে অনেক কষ্ট হয়েছে আর আমিও অনেক বিজি আছি, যার কারণে হয়তো সেভাবে আজকে এই আর্টিকেলটা পড়তে পারলাম না। তবে নেক্সট 14 নম্বর আর্টিকেল ইনশাল্লাহ অনেক ভালো করে পড়বো। ঠিক আছে, আপনারা যদি এটা পড়ে থাকেন তাহলে আমাকে জানাতে ভুলবেন না যে আপনার কতক্ষণ লাগলো পড়তে, আপনার কেমন ফিল হয়েছে বা কতটুকু হার্ড ফিল হয়েছে। আমার অনেক হার্ড ফিল হয়েছে। আমি অনেকগুলো ওয়ার্ড এখানে জানতাম না, ইভেন আমি 7 থেকে 8টা ওয়ার্ড রাইট ডাউন করেছি, মানে কালেকশন করেছি অনেক সুন্দর ওয়ার্ড, যেটা আমি স্পিকিং কাজে লাগাতে পারবো। আপনার ব্যাপারগুলো আমাকে জানাতে ভুলবেন না। তো ঠিক আছে, দেখা হবে ইনশাল্লাহ 14 নম্বর চ্যালেঞ্জিং ডেতে, আই মিন রিডিং চ্যালেঞ্জ ডেতে, নেক্সট দিন, মানে আগামীকালকে। ঠিক আছে, ভালো থাকবেন, টাটা।